Hi, hello, and welcome again to GoAskNow YouTube channel. And today we are going to do chapter 2, part 2 of mathematics, and that's polynomial. So we are going to study today about how to find zeros of quadratic polynomials. Use the relationship between zeros and coefficient. In previous class, I've told you about what is zeros and what are coefficient of a polynomial. We will form quadratic polynomial when zeros are given. Understand the concept of sum of root and product of roots. Apply formulas on examples and then solve exercise 2.2. Okay. So let's start now this chapter, and you have to pay very attention. You have to be very attentive while we are doing this chapter. Zeros of a polynomial. When there is a polynomial ax square plus bx plus c, and we put k in place of x in whole equation and we get 0, then we say that k is 0 of the given equation. Okay, so k is 0 of the given equation. For linear equation, since the degree of equation is always 1, therefore number of zeros will be 1. Let's say ax plus b is equal to 0. Then ax is equal to minus b. Then x is equal to minus b upon a. So there is only one root, and that's minus b by a. Or we can say that if 5x plus 7 is equal to 0, then 5x is equal to minus 7, then x equal to minus 7 upon 5. So minus 7 upon 5 is the 0 of this equation. Now let us move to quadratic equation. In previous classes, you have also solved the quadratic equation by factorization method by splitting the middle term method. Okay. But you haven't read about the concept of zeros and its relationship with their coefficient. So let's understand the structure of a quadratic equation. Generally, a quadratic equation is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c, where a, b and c are constant, or we can say that a is the coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x, and c is a constant. So a, b, c are constant of this equation, and this x square, x, these are variables. Since this has 2 degree, quadratic equation is of degree 2. Therefore, maximum roots that we are going to get is 2. Okay, and we name them as alpha and beta. Alpha is just like this, and beta is in bold, you can write this. These are Greek letters, and we call them alpha and beta. So let us take an example. X square minus 7x plus 10. Okay. Now when we factorize it by splitting the method, we see that 5 and 2 are 2 factor and minus 5 minus 2 gives us 7. Therefore, 5 and 2 will be helpful in splitting this middle term. So we will write this as x square minus 5x minus 2x plus 10 is equal to 0. Then x, I'll take x common from these two terms and 2 common from these two terms. Then x in bracket x minus 5 minus 2 and then x minus 5. After that, we will take common x minus 5. then x minus 5, and in other bracket it will be x minus 2 is equal to 0. This means that when this is multiplied by this, we get 0. Okay, when I say that a into b is 0, then what can you conclude is that either a is 0 or b is 0 or both are 0. Okay, same logic. By putting the same logic in this, we see that either x minus 5 is equal to 0 or x minus 2 is equal to 0. Then x is equal to 5 and x equal to 2. These are roots, solution and answer of the given equation. So these are alpha and beta. Okay. So what we get is x square minus 7x plus 10 is a quadratic equation. Is a quadratic equation where there are two roots alpha and beta which are 5 and 2. I think this is clear to all of you. So till now you have to understand that ax square plus bx plus c is a quadratic equation where a, b, c are constant, and this quadratic equation have two roots that are alpha and beta. Now you have to just focus on a, b, c which are constant and alpha and beta which are roots. Okay. Now we will find out the relationship between this and this. So next term which we have to focus is sum of root. Sum of root. In x square minus 7x plus 10, roots were alpha is equal to 5 and beta is equal to 2. So what is the sum of roots? Sum of root is alpha plus beta, or we can say 5 plus 2, that is 7. And what is product of root? Product of root is alpha into beta, that is 5 into 2 is equal to 10. So now number of terms that we have to learn exceeds here, increases. First of all, we have learned constant, then roots, now sum of root, also product of root. For x square plus 7x plus 10, x square minus 7x plus 10, or generally we talk about ax square plus bx plus c. What are constant? Constant are a, b, c in this, or 1, minus 7 and 10 in this. What are roots? Roots were alpha and beta for this, or specifically for example this one we got 5 and 2. What is sum of root? Sum of root was 7. What is product of root? Product of root was 10, that was 5 into 2, and this was 5 plus 2. So you have to now think that you have came to know what are constant, what are roots, what are sum of root, what are product of root for a quadratic equation. Okay. Now if we see that alpha into beta 5 into 2 for the equation x square minus 7x plus 10 is equal to this. Also, alpha plus beta is equal to minus 7. means minus of this. Okay. So overall, the conclusion is that sum of root is equal to alpha plus beta is equal to minus b upon a. Also, product of root is equal to alpha into beta is equal to c upon a. Now, it should be clear to all of you that what alpha is, what beta is, what a, b, c are in a given equation. Okay? So now, for the equation x square minus 7x plus 10, if I am going to ask you what is sum of root, then it's very easy. Minus 7 upon 1, where 1 is a, minus 7 is b, and this is c. So sum of root is minus b upon a, which is minus 7 minus minus 7 upon 1, and that's 7. Also, what is product of root? That's c upon a, that's 10 upon 1, and that's 10. So we don't need to find out the roots here. Just by property, we can show that sum of root is minus b upon a, means 7, and product of root is c upon a, that is 10. So relationship between zeros and coefficient of quadratic polynomial for ax square plus bx plus c, we know that a, b, c are constant here, and they will they will have two roots that are alpha and beta. For them, sum of root alpha plus beta is minus b upon a, and product of root alpha beta is c upon a. Okay? Now for x square minus 7x plus 12. What are the factors of 12? What are the two factors of 12? That when we add or subtract, get minus 7. That's 4 and 3. And when we add minus 3 and minus 4, we get minus 7. Also, when we multiply minus 4 and minus 3, we get 12. Okay? So what are a? A is 1, b is minus 7, c is 12. What are alpha and beta? Or first of all, what is sum of root? Sum of root is minus b upon a, that's minus 7 upon 1, that's 7. What is product of root? Product of root is alpha into beta, that is c upon a, and that's 12. So without finding out the roots of equation, we have found out what is sum of root and what is product of root. Now we are going to learn how a quadratic polynomial is formed when we know what are the zeros of the equation or what are the roots of the equation. Let's say I want to form a quadratic equation where answer should be 7 and 2. Okay, I know I want to frame a quadratic equation where alpha is 7 and beta is 2. For this, we have to write that x square minus sx plus p, where s is sum of root and p is product of root. Or by expanding it, and for more clarification, I can write that x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha into beta is the required quadratic equation for two roots alpha and beta. So if I have taken root 7 and 2, then quadratic equation will be x square minus 7 plus 2x plus 7 into 2. X square minus 9x plus 14 is the required answer. Okay? X square minus 9x plus 14. Let's take an example. Make a quadratic equation where alpha is 5 and beta is 4. Then quadratic equation will be, if I say, what is the sum of root? Sum of root is 9. What is product of root? Product of root is 5 into 4, 20. So sum of root is 9 and product of root is 20. Now, what if I say that form a quadratic equation where roots are 5 and 4? It's very, very easy, that x square minus 9x plus 20 by x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha into beta, or x square minus sum of root x plus product of root. Okay? Now we are going to study about same for cubic polynomial, but we are not going to learn this in very depth because it is out of syllabus. Okay? So just an overview. What is a cubic equation? A cubic equation is an equation in the form of ax ki cube plus bx ki square plus cx plus d. Since degree is 3, therefore we will get 3 roots, and the roots are alpha, beta and gamma. Okay, in a cubic equation there are degree is 3, therefore roots will be 3, and these are alpha, beta and gamma. A, B, C, D are constant of the equation. Alpha, beta, gamma are the roots of the equation. Now, what is the relationship between these roots and these coefficient? So, constant are A, B, C, D, and roots are alpha, beta and gamma. Okay. Now, relationship between roots and constant terms are as alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to minus b upon a. Alpha beta, beta gamma, gamma alpha is c by a. Alpha beta gamma is minus d by a. Okay. Always remember a, b, c, d, and when this whole equation is divided by a, we get a by a, b by a, c by a and d by a. We just leave it and we take minus b by a. This is sum of product alpha plus beta plus gamma, taken one at a time. Sum of product taken each root one at a time, alpha, beta and gamma. Now c by a is equal to sum of root taken two at a time, alpha beta, beta gamma and gamma alpha. Okay. And product of root is alpha, beta, gamma, that is minus d by a. Minus d by a. For example, we take x square, x ki cube plus 6x ki square plus 5x plus 7. Then alpha, beta, gamma. For alpha, beta, gamma, sum of root alpha plus beta plus gamma will be minus 6 upon 1. Alpha beta, beta gamma and gamma alpha will be 5 upon 1. Means this is minus b by a, this is c by a, and alpha beta gamma means product of root will be 7 upon minus 1, means minus 7 upon 1, that is minus d by a. Okay. Finding out the roots of cubic equation is out of your syllabus. So we are not going to study about how to find out roots for the cubic equation. Now exercise 2.2. Find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomial and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. So, by middle term splitting, we know that factor of 8 are 4 and 2, and when minus 4 plus 2, we get minus 2. Therefore, this can be written as x square minus 4x plus 2x minus 8. Common is x, and this is x minus 4. Common is 2 and x minus 4. After that, x plus 2 and x minus 4. Then x is equal to minus 2 and x is equal to 4. Okay. Now, alpha plus beta is equal to minus b upon a. Alpha is minus 2, beta is 4 minus 2 upon 1. That is 4 minus 2 is 2, and this is minus minus plus, therefore 2 is equal to 2, verified. Okay. Now, product of root alpha into beta is equal to minus 2 into 4 is equal to c upon a. So, minus 8 is equal to minus 8, verified. Find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomial and verify the relationship between, same means it's same question part 2. So, a is 4, b is minus 4 and c is 1. Now, we have to find out roots. For roots, we see 4 ones are 4. Roots of 4 such that we get minus 4 when we add or subtract them from each other. These are 2 and 2. So, we can write 4s square minus 2s plus 1. Common to 2s, s minus 2 minus 1 2s minus 1 and then 2s minus 1. So, 2s minus 1 and 2s minus 1. S is equal to 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. Okay, alpha is also 1 by 2 and beta is also 1 by 2. Now, sum of roots. Sum of root is 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 minus b upon a. Then 1 by then 1 is equal to minus 4 minus minus 4 upon 4. That's 4 upon 4 and that's 1. Verified. For product of root, let's write 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 is equal to c upon a, and that's 1 by 4. Verified. I think there's a typo error over here. Okay, let's leave it. For this equation, 4u square plus 8u, common is 4u, u plus 2. Root are 4u is equal to 0, means u is equal to 0, and u plus 2 is equal to 0, means u is equal to minus 2. Now, sum of root 0 plus 2 is equal to alpha plus beta is equal to minus b upon a. 2 is equal to 0 minus 2. Okay. 0 minus 2. It's minus 2. it will be minus 8 upon 4 minus 2, verified. For product of root alpha beta, we'll get c by a, and that's minus 2 into 0. It will be, since there is no c, it will be 0. Therefore, it's equal to 0. Find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomial. Okay. So, t square minus 15 is equal to 0. A square minus b square is a minus b and a plus b. I can write this as t square minus root 15 square. So, I can write it as t minus root 15 plus t plus root 15 is equal to 0. Then t is equal to root 15 and t is equal to minus root 15. Now, sum of root. Sum of root will be root 15 minus root 15 is equal to minus b upon a, and b is 0 over here. We can write it as t square plus 0t minus 15 if I write it as in standard form of quadratic equation. Okay. So, it's 0 is equal to 0. Now, for product of root is root 15 into minus root 15. Root 15 to root 15 is 15 minus 15, and that's equal to c by a, means minus 15 upon 1. That's minus 15 and verified. Now, these questions are for your homework. Okay, find a quadratic polynomial each with the number as the sum and product of its zeros respectively. This is sum of roots and this is product of root. And now we have to write out what? A quadratic equation. Okay. X square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta. X square minus 1 by 4 x minus 1. Now, multiplying this whole by 4 just to remove the denominator. 4x square minus x minus 1. This is the required quadratic equation. Find a quadratic polynomial each with the given number. Okay, this is the sum of root and this is product of root. Now, x square minus root 2x plus 1 by 3. This is sum of root and this is product of root. So, minus sum of root. Okay. By multiplying with 3, we get 3x square minus root 2x plus 1. Find a quadratic polynomial. Now, this is sum of root and this is product of root. So, x square minus 0x plus root 5. So, x square plus root 5 is the required quadratic equation. For this also, x square minus 1 plus 1 x plus 1 into 1, we get x square minus 2x plus 1. Find a quadratic polynomial each with the given number as the sum and product of its zeros, that are minus 1 by 4 and 1 by 4. Okay, x square minus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 x plus minus 1 by 4 into 1 by 4. X square, this becomes 0 minus 0x plus minus 1 by 16. Now, multiplying this whole with 16, we get 16x square minus 1. So, you may do this all in homework. Remaining question, only one question is left. Okay, let's do it. x square minus 5x plus 4. So we have completed the chapter part 2. In next class, we are going to study about the next chapter, that's linear equation part 1. Till then, bye bye, take care. And if you want to get one-on-one tutoring and guidance, you can contact GoAskNow Academy for better concept clarification.